Good morning. Welcome to Filmi Talk 3, a weekly show which we are doing on Saturdays, typically at 11 o'clock, for the benefit of the Indian community here. We're all a bunch of movie fans here, part of Dallas movie buffs. I'll ask my friend Siddharth Malhotra, also called Ismail Penkonda, to talk more about BMB. But before that, happy Independence Day to everyone, 69th Independence Day. And we already did a couple of shows on Filmi Talk earlier, where we did reviews on movies such as Bahubali, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, and we also did reviews on Mission Impossible. The idea is to, the language is not a barrier for us. We enjoy movies. The passion for movies is what drives all of us. So we want the community to be involved in these reviews so that we all together understand whether a movie is good or not. You want to add something about DMB and what we do? And
Yeah, happy Independence Day, folks, and I'm glad to be here with Suresh Garu. We watched the Brothers movie yesterday, late night. We had some fun. I took my son also, and I think he's the one who enjoyed the most. This is we actually have a DMB, which is Dallas Movie Buffs. We started with a few people, and it's kind of growing right now. And we want to do this talk every week. Talking about all kinds of movies, whether it's Malayalam, Tamil, or Telugu. So we started with
English,
the
most
importantly.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that. Ant-Man was fun,
Yeah.
talking to Saidi. So having said that, let's go talk about the Brothers movie, which just released yesterday.
So did you say your son also went along with you?
Yeah.
Was he like fighting there?
He was more of Monty. He was shouting.
He was more of a
Monty,
Monty. Go Monty. He's one of
Monty
those
guy.
This is as you know, I also went along with Sirisha and all. So we enjoyed the movie. So you want to give a brief intro to the story?
Yeah,
what it is about?
I haven't known that this movie was a remake, actually an official remake of an English movie.
Warriors.
Warriors. It came in 2011. So I'm glad it's because of late we are doing all the movies from Bollywood, Hollywood or Tollywood, just making like free remakes, kind of not giving their proper recognition to the original story writers. But in this movie, I think they have taken that original screenplay, original story from O'Connor.
So they acknowledged that.
They acknowledged that
it was
they
a
acknowledged part of it, and officially they, I think maybe, and Fox Studio also is involved in this. So basically, it's a story about, as I said, it's brothers, like two brothers, David and Monty. David is played by Akshay Kumar, and is the forever stunt man from My Khiladi to Anadi days. Now the Anadi is, I think, the Monty, which is played by Siddharth Malhotra, and this guy transformed so good. He was like a lover boy. We thought like
now he's so buffy now.
He just looks like a WWF fighter, and overall the movie is good, and it's actually has sentiment, action, more part of action. I think this is new to the Indian cinema because I think they bought this kind of boxing and martial arts, kind of mixed martial arts movie, which is not just like we have like in Telugu movies. Tammudu
is a remake of Jojita Sikandar.
And the boxing is a part of the story, like it carries the story forward. But here the main plot is this fighting between the brothers.
It's basically two bitterly estranged brothers.
Yes. Yeah.
And their dad is Jackie Shroff, who's
Jackie
also
Shroff,
a MMA fighter. And so basically, due to Monty is not the son of the second wife, and then so there will be, due to some circumstances, one day.
The friction. I think the friction. I kind of remembered. It's not like the story, but in Gershana, in old days, Prabhu and
Prabhudeva and
Karthik. Prabhu and Karthik. Prabhu and Karthik. So because it's kind of a similar setup, but totally different story. But Jackie Shroff, man, he kind of nailed it. After a long time, after watching him in Telugu movies, I was like, man, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Now he's like, he just nailed it. He
No,
just
Jackie
nailed
Shroff. I think this role was made for
it.
him.
Made
I
for
guess
him, I
it's
think.
like
Yeah,
he has that haggard look,
haggard look, and he was
and
just
then that puffy eyes.
puffy eyes. Yeah. I
So
think he worked hard for this. I think. I mean, he did some.
he worked hard for drinking or something.
Yeah, maybe. And also he did that. I mean, he grew the bread and worked hard for this thing also. More importantly, Shefali Shah. And
Shefali
she,
Shah.
the
The mother, mom of these
mom
two
of
kids.
these two
Actually, one of the kids is not her own.
Yes.
The Monty is not her kid. She knows that that kid is the kid of her what do you call
Second
husband's second wife.
wife.
So even then she
Takes
she
him into
takes
the
it
house
into the house, and that's like nice
Nice.
part there. Yeah, and
So-
she did a very cameo role, I think, right?
Yeah. So these two, I mean, they kind of established the brothers' love in the beginning. I mean, they have shown this in a flashback episodes,
Mm.
but in the end, I think the lady next to me, she was actually crying. I was like, oh my god, she touched her or nerve or something. But the ending was kind of more emotional.
Mm.
But the only thing is, I felt like the whole second half is carried on only with just fights.
Is that good?
One sense it's good for the kids, or but for Indian audience, like average Indian audience, they need some story masala in between. But actually there was a song also, masala song also with
To me, once again, I might not be a typical audience here. To me,
Yeah.
that sounded like a sore thing in
sort of
between.
in between. But,
I mean,
but they have to do something to.
I mean, I leave that to the more discerning 20s audience,
Yeah.
20-year-old audience
20-year-old
to decide whether, what's her name, Kareena Kapoor's
Kareena Kapoor,
song
yeah.
is appropriate there or not. I'll leave it to them.
Right.
Or maybe
Another guy who stands out is the guy, Pasha.
Pasha is the Kiran Kumar guy, the promoter guy. No. Actually, the Ashutosh.
Ashutosh Rana.
Yeah,
Ashutosh Rana. I mean, it was a small role, but he kind of
Yeah.
did a good job on that.
Mm.
But on the whole, it looks like more of a Siddharth Malhotra movie than Akshay Kumar's. But still, he kind of gave the equal importance to the two roles.
Two roles.
So.
And what about? Didn't you? I'm sure you'd have watched. Most of you guys would have watched the Rocky movie, and
Yeah.
what was the other ones where the Fight Club,
Mhm.
Fight Club, Warriors, and all this. So you can see there are traces of all these movies
Right.
into the brothers movie, and then at still, even though outwardly it looks like, as you said, the MMA movie, I felt it still also has a Karan Johar element in it.
Oh yeah.
The family sentiment.
Family sentiment. Yeah.
And there is the like Diwarish sort of thing where mere paas maa hai sort of thing,
Yeah.
whereas Monty would say mere paas baap hai sort of role. What about Jacqueline Fernandez?
Jacqueline Fernandez, I think she's wasted. I think in this movie, she was just for a couple of shots, and I mean, she has a role as a mom. I mean,
She's
mom
wife
the
of
kid,
she's wife of
Akshay
Elder
Kumar,
Akshay Kumar,
Akshay
David.
Kumar. But there was nothing much to, she just cheers up as like a normal audience in the show. But I don't think they have properly utilized her in the movie.
I mean, in other words, she didn't have nice songs and all that stuff.
Nice songs also, and also in the story, as such in the story, she doesn't have a bigger role in the plot.
Bigger role
in the plot. And actually, in the movie, I mean, as you said, maybe they didn't want the songs to dampen the flow of the movie also, in the second half.
Let's do this, Ismail. What we'll do is we'll talk about four main attributes for this any movie, which is what we want to rate. We've been talking about the story part. So, what do you think about to summarize the story? We talked about all of it. To summarize the story, it's basically a tussle or a fight between two estranged brothers who end up in one of the WWF sort of fights in the finals of it. So who is going to win is who's going to win the battle, who's going to win the hearts, who's going to win the sentiment and memories. That's what the essential story is about. So what do you think about the story rating wise?
Yeah, it is good. What they said in one of the reviews was, I was just looking in there, they said they revealed the whole plot because the brothers were fighting each other, right? So it's not that who fights whom or something like
But
that.
we are not going to tell who won, right?
Who won? Yes,
Yep,
yes,
okay.
exactly.
You guys check it out.
You guys check it out. But that was actually the crux of the movie. Really, who won the fight was the crux of the movie, and that kind of melted the hearts of few audience.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a typical story. I think it's coming from the Hollywood. I would say it's a typical Indian Bollywood story because there's a mom, dad, and two kids. Two kids are fighting with each other because they want to, gain the, affection of dad or mom or something like that. And then they go in the two ways. They fight each other, and then what happens? Kind of stuff. There is not overall. I think there is not much to the story. It's just this basic plot, but more importance that they gave to this movie is they showed a new way of taking the movie in this movie, like the fights. This is totally different. I mean, this isn't something new to the Indian audience. I mean, they might have seen, few people have seen, Hollywood movies and all that, but on the whole, to the regular Indian movie goer, I think it would be a kind of a new kind of movie experience.
Definitely, there is sentiment interspersed. There is actually fights interspersed with sentiments here and there to make it more Indianish Bollywood sort of thing. And so a few scenes in the first half and second half are really touching, especially when Jack Shroff comes back from the jail. How he thinks. I mean, there's still that sentiment part is still there, but you're right. Essentially, it is a martial arts film.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it's definitely a new concept, I think. Yeah. So, what do you think about the rating for the overall story and other stuff there?
Well, I would give it 3.5 or 5. They could have done more better with the story for the Indian art. I mean, I keep it Indian or average.
Yeah. By
Indian
the way, this is for Indian audience, not for an average Indian audience. We are not looking at a discerning.
We're not looking for a critical point, critic point of view. I come from a small town, so I just watch every movie through that lens.
Right.
I mean, as a critical, as a critic, we can discuss more about what the pros and cons of this movie are. But as a average movie buff goer, I would say 3.5, because the second half where they have all these fights, they have played it well, but still it would have been a little more intense. What do you say? Because they kept on repeating the same thing. They call one guy the Luca, German. There was another funniest thing is
Gamma.
Yeah, Gama, and but the Luca, he's from Germany, and they said, hey, he's from Hitler's country, and somebody was saying, hey, it's
That's
not 1930s.
It's not politically
correct. 1930s,
it's politically not correct.
So,
that you go with the Indian audience. So 3.5, right? So
3.5. Yeah, it's an average movie. It's good.
How about music and songs and all that stuff?
Music didn't stand out much in this movie. I think there's only one, Nach Gana with Kareena Kapoor. It was not that good too. I mean, it was good, but it was not.
Kareena Kapoor was not good, or the song?
No, Kareena Kapoor was good.
Right.
The song
just want to make sure, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's average as per my ratings. Like maybe I'll give it 3 or something like that for the music. And nothing stands. So I think music is not a big thing in this movie. I mean, the background score is good. I mean, they kind of turned up the
audio's up and down, and
so, but
songs wise, you're right. Actually, I didn't enjoy it. I mean, I didn't hear any.
They're not bad, but they just
that I think definitely is one smaller weak link in the movie. How about the action?
Oh, actors.
Actors.
The actors. Oh.
You want to go with first you already alluded to Maria's role, basically Shefali Shah's role.
Right. Shefali Shah did a good job, but I think in some scenes she kind of overacted. That's what I felt.
She's a mom.
Yeah. So
Nirupa Roy. No?
Yeah.
No, she moved from Nirupa Roy genre.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think there was another movie recently with they go on. I don't remember the name of it, but she did a very good job. Anil Kapoor and Shefali Shah. But in this movie, I think the more marks goes to Jackie Shroff.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Shroff did a very good job, and Siddharth Malhotra stands out. Akshay Kumar, he did well.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did definitely
Very good.
very
Yeah.
good. But I think these two, I mean, Siddharth Malhotra and the Jackie Shroff, they stand out in the movie.
That's
what I
interesting.
felt.
I mean, I thought it was Siddharth was good. Siddharth
Yeah.
Malhotra was good. For me, Jackie Shroff was very good,
Mhm.
and it suited his role basically.
Yeah.
And then I thought Akshay Kumar was a more standout performance. He carried the movie on the shoulders.
Yes.
Is what I thought. His compared to all the other roles he played
Yeah,
so far.
he played a little subtle in this
Right,
movie. I think.
yes.
I mean, in a way.
There is a silent race in his
Rays
eyes,
in his eyes.
which is beautiful. Hey, we have a Parimala also on online. So you want to say hi, Parimala? You want to?
Hi,
Hello.
Ankara.
Hi, Parimala.
Hi. So, which movie were you talking about? The Akshay Kumar and
We were talking about the Brothers
Brothers.
movie which came out yesterday. Akshay Kumar.
wow,
And, yeah. So looks like yeah. It's
I missed it because Akshay Kumar is a phenomenal actor. Khiladi, I saw him like in Khiladi long time ago, back in the 80s, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Khilad, Mike, and also the My Khiladi Tu Anadi.
Yeah.
So as you correctly pointed out, Kiladi is where you can see like he's a very jovial person sort of thing, right? Whereas in this movie, it's completely opposite. Look, Parmala, he is like very serious with a gray hair and
College personality.
basically he can do any genre. I think it truly is. Did you watch any other movies this weekend or something like that, Parmala?
This weekend, I couldn't. I'm actually planning on seeing a movie
All right.
today, so I feel really bad because it's Humaura
That's fine. I mean, it's go have a look at
Brothers,
Brothers. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Okay,
you love it.
you love it.
Akshay Kumar, I think I was mentioning last time there's some actors who can pull off any type of makeup or any type of wardrobe, and I feel like Salman Khan is one of them who can be goofy to the really serious type, and same goes with Akshay Kumar too. He can pull off being serious type or goofy type, any type of hairstyles, wardrobe matches them.
Yep.
So he's a good actor to watch.
And you know what, Pamela, this movie, in this movie, Siddharth Malhotra looks a little buffy still. He's not looking athletic fighter sort of thing. Whereas Akshay Kumar, being a martial arts proponent earlier also,
Oh
he
yeah,
looks,
he was a karate
he was
fighter.
yeah, he's a karate fighter. He was looking a little bit more natural, I think. Yeah, overall, action wise, you think?
Yeah, I think they brought in like international stunt masters in this movie for that the fights. I think that's the USP of the movie. The
Okay.
fights, the action
Okay.
is the USP of the movie,
Mm.
if you can say it.
Mm.
I mean, my son, he is just like he was just shouting, "Hey, hey Monty!" At last, the last scene it comes to Monty versus, I mean, David,
Mm.
which is the brothers' fight.
Mm.
So he was rooting for Monty. But
Oh,
he was the,
yeah.
so that kind of gives you the way like this is the movie where if you love the action, this is the
Go
movie
for
to
it.
go for.
So, what rating did you give?
For the action part, it's four,
Four
four,
out of
four,
Yeah.
four.
I think I'll agree with you in terms of like the action is part is very good.
Yeah.
And they were given that. And then the overall movie, what do you think about it?
Yeah, taking apart the music and the story and the action, as I said, it's 3.5.
Mm.
It's an average. Anybody can enjoy uh, if they like the action.
Okay, you recommend this movie?
Oh,
basically?
definitely. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. I mean, taking apart from the action, also the actor's performance, you like it. The Jackie Shroff, he came back. He came back with a bang, and Shafali Shah and Ashutosh Rana. You like all of them.
All right. All right. And I agree with you. And what do you think about for the? Is it appropriate to go for the kids, except for those scenes? What do you say?
Yeah, I think PG-13 would be my guess. PG-13 is what I feel. My son is 13; he liked it, and younger kids, mostly the girls. I don't know if they like it or not, but it's a Kids will definitely enjoy it.
All right.
Kids will definitely enjoy it up above 30.
Yeah, and younger kids like you and I also will enjoy
Yeah,
it.
we
We
definitely.
enjoy it. Okay. All right. With that, I think we are going to stop this broadcast. And thanks a lot for listening. And by the way, this is all the opinions expressed in this so far is completely personal.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with any organization or anything. These are all, as passionate movie fans, this is what we think. And we would like you also to join from next time and give your opinions also.
Right.
Yeah.
And to end it on a note, we can say like Independence Day. So in the movie, they were saying like this is the first R2F fight, ready to fight. That's kind of the thing. And they were saying, yeah, Indian won the R2F fight. So that's the thing. Thank you, Parmalaji. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you soon next.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. And with that, we'll end the thing. Happy Independence Day.
Happy